32 to tie, 43 to for the win.
So probably the skipper has read his sheet well and he's not leaving it to chance.
Knowing John Eugene, he would have whispered that in his ear before he leaves.
Okay, so it's Prosper in bowls, and he turns it off and it might be run out there.
Misfield by the field that shot fine leg.
Yes.
So far in this over 2 opportunities to get Johnson Charles out, and they've missed it.
They've missed it, yes, and it's the end of the over, so 2 without loss. Charles just worked it off the pads there, but straight to the man at short fine. Moving Wells did well to send him back. So
just to remind the viewers and the listeners, the NRDF, SRDF,
SOUFRIERE
Pitons scored 167, and the NAGICO South Castries Lions, they are 2 without loss after the first over. Johnson Charles given a life, trying to pull Prosper over mid-on, and simple catch put down. How costly will it be? Time alone will tell.
Yes, and I'm sure before the tournament is over, our streamers will be able to put together the drop chances as Clem St. Rose bowls to Wells. Down the leg side it goes and wide. Moving Wells, as I was saying to you earlier, Darren, has not had a good build-up. Last evening was probably on the receiving end of an unfortunate decision. We as batsmen all at some point get that our way, but at some point it cancels out itself when we nick it and we not given out. So it's St. Rose bowls to Wells and he tries to work it off the pads. And he's through for a single. And of late, I've noticed that Wells tends to be playing across the line of the deliveries.
Yes, and as you could see, the first 2 deliveries from St. Rose is getting some inward movement, you know, and Wells is playing across the line of the ball, which can be dangerous.
Can be dangerous. I'm not sure if it's it has come about as he plays his cricket in Trinidad.
As you could see, an adjustment to the field. Kiefer Prosper bringing up the third man and dropping the long on. You know, it's an area where Johnson Charles loves to go, and St. Rose bringing the ball in. You know, it's a perfect field for Johnson.
Yeah, but this one into the pads. You see some inward movement there and leg wide. Signal. So the score moves on to 5. 5 without loss.
So far, a quiet start from 2 explosive batsmen. We call young Mervyn Shotgun.
Yes.
Because he plays so many shots, but credit must go to the opening bowlers. Yes. They've hit the wicket, hit the lines and lengths, and they've created opportunities.
Yes, they build in pressure. So it's St. Rose to Wells, and Wells stylishly places this one into the cover region, the point region where it's fielded and no run. Something's got to give soon, Brian. Knowing Mervyn, you know, he loves to feel bad on ball, he loves to hit boundaries, and he doesn't like to be pegged back,
you know, and so far that's what the opening bowlers have done.
Yes, so it's St. Rose to Wells, and Wells is in behind this one. Oh, this one thrown back at the stump, hitting Wells on the ankle.
I must say the crowd is building up
very nicely. Yes.
Yeah, it makes me want to be back here. It's a pity I don't get to play in SOUFRIERE. I'm yet to play a game in SOUFRIERE. Yes. And we might have to bring the finals here.
Always a nice atmosphere here. Maybe something the organizers can think about.
You might be in trouble there, Brian.
As it's St. Rose to Wells, he advances and he flicks it up the pads. Let's see if he got any bat on it. Or yes, it's
no,
leg by.
It's a leg by.
And down you saw Wells advancing there.
I told you he doesn't like to be pegged down.
Yes, so we're into the second over.
And they're only 6 runs. You know, going at 3.27. But we know 1 over could change that.
Right. So it's St. Rose to Charles. And Charles hits this one. This is a big one. This is a huge one. It's gone.
Yes,
and that's 6 runs.
That's what Johnson Charles can do. And pitched up last delivery of the second over right into the arc of Johnson
Charles. Yes.
Swinging this one.
Way over mid wicket. Yes.
Into the hills.
Yes.
We'll need a few more of these. I tell you, Johnson Charles bats for 10 overs. You will see a lot of this.
Yes, Darren, and it was a good blow struck there by Johnson Charles. And as we said, the 2 batsmen have been very cautious, probably just having a look at how the pitch will play. It has certainly improved over the last 2 matches, and it seemed to be a drizzle with us. So the players are making their way across to the covers. So 12 without loss. 12 without loss. And it's Prosper, Win Prosper to continue. As we were saying, both of these batsmen score very, very quickly. So they can knock back up a few deliveries, but cannot afford to overdo it.
Skipper Prosper with a slipping place, you know he's looking to get wickets.
And again, dangerously. Yes, that flirting with danger there.
I was saying I like the idea. He knows how important these 2 batsmen in this lineup, and he's keeping a slip, you know, in place. It shows that he's looking for wickets.
Right, and at this stage, any wicket you think is going to set the team further back. And I'm sure that the 2 batsmen are also aware that they need where they need to be at as Prosper bowls, and he just laps it wrong. He's heading down to the boundary, doesn't get there, and they take 1. This one was a yes, it's a no ball. Yes, he signaled. Yes, umpire Williams was trying to signal to umpire Leons. They're getting the signals crossed there, but he is able to. So let's see Wells what he will do. Free hit. In comes Prosper bowls Wells, and he hits this one down. Only 1 run. Not timing this one properly, Darren, but 1 run in the process.
Yeah, the Prosper is hitting a good length.
Yes.
Moving who runs the ball pitched up. You know, had difficulty, getting that free hit delivery into the boundary. As you could see Johnson Charles, if he doesn't get his line right, I could foresee Johnson Charles going over long on.
Okay.
Mid-wicket area.
So it's Prosper to Charles, and he hits it up to long on. Slides there, the gentleman at long on. 1 run. Takes the score on to 17. And we're into over number 3. Yes. Well, they need to work to a plan. They need to decide who is, as he bowled to Wells. Wells just turned this one off the path, and they're batting sensibly so far, Darren. I guess Johnson Charles is the main batter there, so he's trying to give Johnson as much of the strike as possible. And
although his play looks he's played across the line, but he looks like an Indian batsman, sweeping the ball off his hands.
Yes.
Maybe he's watching a lot of
Okay.
back in the day.
Okay, so it's a prospect to Charles, and he hits this one. Just a little mix up there. Just a little to the further left of the fieldsman, that would have been 4. But they've been a little cautious. 19. They know at the end of 5 they need to be around 33, so they're not pushing. It's important that the wicket's intact. Yes.
Leo says not out.
Not out, yes.
At the end of over number 3, the score is 19. I ain't pocket, I just need
Okay, so it's the end of the win prospect. Yeah, he's still moving gingerly there. But he's doing it for the team. He's soldiering on like we saw, I think it was Alvin Prosper last night. Okay, so it's Clem St. Rose. He'll be bowling to Johnson Charles. Charles is on 11. Wells on 4. It's 19 without loss.
Charles has batted 3 overs, and I think he's had a look. This over, he's looked like he's batted outside of his crease.
Okay, so it's St. Rose.
This could be a big over.
And this one he goes for. This one he was aiming for mid wicket. A foolish delivery of the edge into the pads, and they run through for a single. It's 20 without loss.
Charles yet to get going. Moving well, so I keep on saying moving Charles.
It's Rose, and he figured off the pads it goes.
Oh, good take, good stop by the
keeper. And threw it away uselessly, but the batsman not capitalizing, leg by. So far Wells just not been able to capitalize on those deliveries on about the leg stump.
I think he's trying to hit the balls to square.
Yeah.
So he keeps on missing it.
Right, so it's 21 without loss.
But it's good he's brought Johnson Charles back on strike, who's looking to have a go.
So it's St. Rose to Charles.
Oh, well
bowled. Trying to feather this one down to third man, and we always talk about that. Dangerous because you're trying to work this one down to third man where you can only get a single.
Yes, but it's good bowling by St. Rose. Normally he's been very straight.
Yes.
And this one just outside the off stump. Probably Johnson Charles was looking for it in the area, just a little fuller.
Okay, so St. Rose to Charles. He bowls now.
This one
is short, and he pulls this one backward of square. That's 4 runs.
4 runs.
That's meat and drink for Johnson Charles.
Yes, he don't bowl short to Johnson Charles. One of the better pullers.
Yes, one of the better pullers of the cricket ball, and takes the score on to 25. 25. They just bring to my attention the Peter girls trying to get our attention. So it's 25 without loss. And he hits it on this one, goes straight back overhead. It's gone out of the ground. It's 6 runs.
Johnson Charles is getting into his groove, Brian.
Yes.
I don't know if he was motivated by the Peter girls.
Yes, it looks so.
Because since they started dancing, he's been timing the ball very well. I did say at the start of the over, he will be looking to come hard at St. Rose.
Yes.
You know, last ball of his spell, of his previous over, he pulled him for 6. And so far, he's hitting for 6 and a pull through square leg.
For 4, yes.
For 4 and one ball left.
Yes,
of over number 4.
Number 4, and they're 31. So they're just about where they should be.
Well,
just about where
the ball
they should
came
be.
back. Somebody threw it over the pavilion.
Yes, sir. Okay. I hope that's not the one that's come back from PI. Okay, so it's 31 without loss, and Johnson Charles, being the experienced player he is, probably they have targeted St. Rose.
Yes, because his first over he was moving the ball into the bat. As you could see, Kiefer is signaling. Is it Kiefer? He's saying probably ball under his ribcage, but I'm not suggesting that.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's not a good plan at all to Johnson Charles. Anything short, he punishes.
Yes,
Let's see. Last ball of the over.
Yes, St. Rose
I could call it. It was going to be a beautiful shot by Johnson Charles.
Oh, yes, it just drives. It just drives up to mid
well
off.
Played by Johnson. He's just taking the strike.
Yes, 32 without loss. So at the end of over number 4, it's 32 without loss. So 32 without loss. Johnson Charles is on 23. Moving Wells is still on 4. Last night, you remember, we had a dance-off, but tonight we have the SOUFRIERE Pitons girls in action. Yes, so they put in the Pitons cheerleaders in the shade. Oh no, the Pitons girls are making sure that they're not outdone. So it's building up nicely here this evening. First game, we're ready into the artificial light. 32 without loss after 4 overs. Going at striking at 8 runs per over at this point. We had a short break as some repairs being done to the leg guards of Mervyn Wells. Okay. So it's Johnson Charles. He'll be facing up to Sanjay Pamphil.
He's bowling with a long on and a deep mid wicket. I think Charles is in the mood already.
So Pamphil to Charles. Wide down the leg side. First ball wide. There was a bit of inward movement there.
Yes. Yes, there was.
But keeper Hippolyte doing well to skip around to his left and prevent boundary, but still wide. So 33 without loss. Charles just looked to turn this one off the hip, hits him on the thigh pad and just trickles on to the leg side. Single taken. So one more run to the score. Takes it on to 34 without loss. You have not missed anything as Pamphil running in to bowl to Wells. And Wells just stabs it out into the backward point region. And Wells playing very subdued role there. Just still probably having a look and leaving the work to Johnson Charles, or just buying his time. Pamphil to Wells. Again, he tries to whip this one through the onside. Loud appeal.
Loud appeal from Pamphil, but umpire Leos just signaling this one is going down.
Down the leg side. And again, Darren, as we said, Mervyn seems to be, Wells seems to be not connecting those deliveries. And Dwight Thomas also last evening had a similar I could say problem, as Pamphil bowls and Wells tries to drive it down the ground, hits the bottom edge and just rolls past the keeper on the leg side, and no run. Seems to be getting a little impatient.
Yes, and this is the situation you don't want, where somebody like Johnson Charles is
off
going
strike
so well and he wants to be on strike, and he faced the first ball and he's not gotten the strike back.
And Wells hits this one up to long on, where he gets a single.
Yep, and again Johnson Charles won't be on strike.
Yes, it's still.
Oh, I thought it was the last ball of the over.
Yes, still. Yes, so it seems umpire Leos is given an extra ball.
I think somebody should tell them it's.
So it's Pamphil to Johnson Charles. He just turns this one around the corner, picks up a single, and sometimes the seventh ball always brings some sort of action. So it takes the score on to 36. So they're ahead at this point. 36, 5 overs.
And normally, as within the plan, and they always say stick to the Duckworth Lewis.
We're taking the batting power play. Okay, we have Shiro in the crowd. She's with the cheerleaders there.
Hey guys, your girl Shenra here, and I'm live in SOUFRIERE for the SPL T20 tournament. Guys, standing with me are the leaders of the SOUFRIERE Pitons. Who are you supporting tonight?
SOUFRIERE Regional Development Foundation, SOUFRIERE Pitons.
Let me ask you, who are you supporting tonight?
SOUFRIERE Pitons all the way, guys.
She said SOUFRIERE. Are you guys supporting SOUFRIERE?
SOUFRIERE is the best. I tell you, you need to come down to SOUFRIERE and just support.
Like SOUFRIERE not the best.
You know that.
And on that note, I'm just gonna go take a seat because she said to go take a seat.
Thank you.
SRDF SOUFRIERE Peter girls. Mesbin has now taken up the attack from the commentary box end. This one over mid wicket is between mid wicket and the third man. Between mid wicket and the long on. And back for just one. Taken one. Moving Wells, just content to be a spectator at this point. It's 41 without loss. We're into over. No. Yes, and it looks.
Fans in the stands.
Yes, at the reaction of the fans, it looked like the game is already over and won. But out walks Dwight Thomas, who batted through the inning last night for 41. Was at the other end helplessly watching. Calendar. The momentum. Yes. Power play. Okay, the bowling power play is taken one time. So it's Pamphil bowling to. Before the 19th over. So the bowling. Yeah. So it's Pamphil to Wells. So let's see if Wells, he now becomes a senior batsman. Let's see what the approach is going to be. There would have been some instruction from Coach John Eugene, I'm sure. So it's, but Wells, not Wells, Charles, just guilty of not really whacking it over. So he bowls. Wells down the leg side is wide, and they're going through for a single as Empire Leo signals wide. So the score moves on to 47. 47 for 1 in over number 6. We're into over number 7. We're into over number 7. That's Pamphil bowls to Dwight Thomas. Full delivery, and Dwight Thomas not capitalizing.
You know, you look at Dwight and you say he looks very neat, technically correct in his gears, and so far he's just not produced the goods.
Yes.
But a very exciting player, plays some cricket in England, also play a few years for South CASTRIES, which he's still doing now. Another full toss, and one that Dwight, umpire signals no ball.
So it's a free hit.
Square leg signals no ball for height.
Height, yes.
And it's going to be a free hit. Let's see if that could break Dwight out of the shackle.
But let me just say to you, last night he was a recipient of 3 free hits and didn't capitalize at all.
Okay, maybe tonight is different. As Pamphil comes into Dwight Thomas, let's see what he does with the free hit.
Okay.
I guess it's the same result as last night.
Yeah, he misses.
He misses a full ball. He was looking to hit it over mid-wicket.
Over mid-wicket. And you'd be better served probably stepping out and hitting over long off or through the covers. But Dwight has 4 and still yet to capitalize. So Pamphil to Dwight Thomas. Bowls. And he tries to hit this one through the onside.
At least I didn't see him bat last night, but tonight he seems to be showing some intent.
Yes, he seems to be showing some intent. But if it's one of the criticisms we have, early on he doesn't look to rotate the strike. So at this point he's probably building a bit of pressure.
Well, the rate is still manageable at under 9. As Dwight turns this one down to fine leg. He's off the mark.
Okay, so it's a single there to Dwight Thomas. It's 49 for 1. And we into over number 7.
As I just got some refreshments, a drink from the Pitons girls. Big up to the sponsors.
And the Pitons girls have been doing a lot better tonight, really catching our attention, and even those on the field as well. As well, this one's short, and Wells just helps it on his way backward to square for 4. And the 50 is up. Yes, so 4 runs to Mervyn Wells. Take the score on to 53. 50 is up in the 7th over. 50 of 46 deliveries in 38 minutes, 2 4s and 2 6s. Yes, so the umpires seem to be falling asleep at the wheel, Darren.
Yes, maybe they've had too many of the sponsors' drinks.
Well, I would hope not.
So we've seen a 7-ball over and a 5-ball over. So maybe they've made it up.
Yeah, they've made it. Yeah,
it's even
cancelled
now.
out itself, right? So it's Mesmin to Thomas, and Thomas flicks one of the pads down to the man at a fine leg.
It would have been a wide, but instead he gets a single and he doesn't get the extra ball.
Right, so it's 54 for 1. We into over number 8. Into over number 8 as Mesmin bowls to Moving Wells, and he hits it over the top. It's going to be caught. No, just stopped short of the man there at long off.
Just short of Eli Box.
Eli Box, yeah.
You know, Moving hitting this one into out.
Yes, looks like it came off just the outside half of the bat. And a single. 55 for 1. As is Mesmin again. This time he's be bowled with Dwight Thomas. He bowled. Thomas down the track and hits it and poses for the camera.
Yes.
Hits it over the top. It's Dwight Thomas and 6 more.
I'm telling you, tonight he means business.
He does. Definitely he does.
He's showing some intent, which is always good as a batsman. The intent, you know, letting the bowlers know that you're ready.
You're ready.
You know, you missed your length, I'm going to make you pay.
And maybe too, Darren, having some runs behind you is also important. Last night he batted through the inning and got to 40 odd, not out. And he was at the other end watching helplessly as his teammates fell one by one.
And also, he's one of the senior batters in this NAGICO South Castries Lions. And,
yes. Also the vice captain.
Vice captain, as you said, just being stranded at the non-strikers end, watching your team lose by 7. You know, tonight it's very important that he comes in and he plays a significant role in the team's victory. And
it's important that he takes responsibility.
Yes, and so far, you know, he used his feet to the pacer, and instead of going across the line,
right,
that we saw him doing earlier, he hit it straight. And he just held the pose for Kenson and the other guys to take a photo.
He held the pose. I mean, you see in the crowd that's built up nicely, Darren.
But I must let Mr. Thomas know one shot doesn't make an inning.
That's right.
You know,
one shot doesn't make a hurricane.
Yes. They still need
a few more.
106 runs from 12.3 overs.
Yes, so some 75 balls, 103 up. 106 more need of 75 deliveries. Yeah, and the rate has not gone anywhere. They're going at 8.13, and the required rate is just above that, which is 8.48. So, yes. So the NAGICO Lions, they're keeping it very simple. Yep. And simple but positive. Yes, one of your favorite lines, Coach. I remember. Keep it simple and but positive. Yes, as you could see, the umpires trying to scratch the ball. Is that ball tampering there? Well, you cannot charge the umpires for ball tampering. Well, I guess they don't have any used balls left, so they're trying to make an old one. Looks like 8 overs old. Yes, well, we have lost quite a few. I wonder, is that costly, Mr. CEO? That could be quite costly. Right. You must get a ball sponsor. So it's Mesmin, if a newer, harder ball. So Thomas needs to keep his head on. As it's Mesmin, 61 for 1. Mesmin bowling to Thomas. Down the leg side again, and he misses out on this one. Wide. So 62, and again, as we were saying, Thomas tends to miss out on those deliveries, trying to work it too fine. Too fine. Yeah. Yes. So 62 for 1. Mesmin. Thomas on 8. Wells on 10. Charles just gone. Mesmin to Thomas, and he just stabs it out and goes through for a quick single. Good understanding there between the two. 63 for 1 in over number 8. I think it's important that these two put on a partnership. Yes. You know, take the game as deep as they can.
You know, just rotating the strike. You know, a boundary and over. There's your 8 to 9 runs and over. Oh, Mervyn pulls this one and he's caught by keeper Prosper. Talking about a partnership, Mesmin had a different answer.
Yes, Mesmin looking at things differently. Short delivery, choking Wells a bit and pulling this one straight into the hands of keeper Prosper at a mid-wicket. So South Castries losing their second wicket. And again, sticking to the order of last evening, Tony Simon is sent in.
Yes, maybe the left and right combination could work. But as you could see, this one making a little bit of height.
Yes, a little
extra
more
bounce.
And don't forget, it's a new ball.
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
Yep.
A new ball looking like trying to be made an 8-over ball. This one just bouncing a little bit more off the surface. And choking Mervyn Wells as he tries to pull this one, and an easy catch by Captain Prosper.
Yeah.
Brings Tonya Simon into the wicket.
Tonya Simon very much short of runs as well, so he's due some runs. Last night he was out first ball,
Looks like
caught behind.
Looks like every batsman is due some runs, Brian.
Yes. Yes, so everybody owes the Sajco South Castries, Sajco NAGICO South Castries Lions as Melvin bowls to Simon. He turns it off the path, looking for a single.
He's a single there. Dwight caught napping on his bat.
Yes.
Maybe he just wanted to face the next over.
Yes, he probably had it correct there. Last ball in the over, so no need. I am the senior batsman. I'll take on the next over. But every run is important. After some 8 overs, there's 8 overs. After 8 overs, there's okay. Yep. So after 9 overs, it is 66. After the 9th over, they need to be 66. They are 63. So it's Pamphil taking it up from the Riverside gym end, and he's bowling to Dwight Thomas. Bowls Thomas down the track and flicks it down to. Oh, and they're going for the second run, and he might be run out. No. Thomas hesitating a bit there, but they threw for a second run. The man on the fine leg boundary just bubbling a bit, and the batsman taking advantage of it, and 2 more runs added to the total. 65 it is for 2. So it's Pamphil to Thomas, and Thomas goes for big heave there, and there is no need for that. No need to overdo it. No need to overdo it. Thomas trying to hit this one over the top. So it's 65 for 2. Thomas on 11. Simon yet to get off the mat. We're into over number 9. So it's Pamphil bowling to Thomas. Thomas comes forward to this one. Back to the bowler. No run. So it's 65 for 2. The crowd has built up nicely. I'm sure as we're looking at Pamphil bowling to Thomas. Thomas is down the ground, straight to the man at long on, but only can get a single. Takes the score to 66 for 2. 66 for 2 over number 9. And a lot of persons still coming through the gates. They've heard about the Pitons cheerleaders, so they're making their way to have a look themselves. the Pitons dancers. As Joe is about to join us. As Pamphile bowls to Simon, and Simon is back on the cross. No run. So Tonya Simon owing the NAGICO South CASTRIES account. Has an account in overdraft at this point. As Pamphile bowls to Simon to the right point, which is Eli Box, making a tumbling save. 66 for 2. So the rate is now need for this. We see so Joe has been a mixed bag so far. As Mesmin bowls Dwight Thomas, he flicks it to the man, just shot the man at behind square to the right of the umpire and picks up a single. So it's 68 for 2. Been steady going by the Lions. Trying to get closer to the 167 required for victory. And don't forget, after this game is the Craft Masters taking on the Trailblazers. As Mesmin bowls to Simon. Simon just nudges this one up into the outside and picks up a single. And he gets off the mark. So opens his account in the SPL. Reduces the overdraft by 1 in the NAGICO South CASTRIES account. It's 69 for 2 as Mesmin into Dwight Thomas. He bowls again into the leg, into the leg stump. He bowls, and Thomas just works it around the corner. The man behind square moves around to his left and picks up another single. Takes the score to 70. 70 for 2. 97 runs needed in 63 balls. As Mesmin bowls to Simon. Simon tries to work it down through the onside. Goes through for a quick single. A leg by. Not making any contact. So 72. 72 for 2. So it's Mesmin to Thomas. And Thomas is bowled. Thomas is bowled. This one, he was advancing down the track, trying to hit it through the offside. Succeeded in coming off the inside edge and onto the stump it goes. So Thomas goes bowled by Mesmin for 14. So the third wicket goes down for the South CASTRIES Lions. 71 for 3. And as we were saying earlier, Joe, somebody had to tell Dwight Thomas there was no need for that. They were just about on the rate. They just needed to continue to bat in. So he goes. And the new batsman in is calling us calendar.
Yes, I was just thinking in my mind, Brian, before he got out, that he played a good innings yesterday. And I was saying Samuel Johnson is out, or got out. He was the one who really stabilized the innings. And just got out, so the South CASTRIES Lions are in a lot of trouble. And the two at the piece right now will have to back long and deep if the South CASTRIES
Yes, losing 3 wickets at this stage. They have put themselves in a bit of bother now. We're into over number 10. Into over number 10. And they are 71 71 for 3. And Calendar makes his way out. So it's Mesmin. He'll be bowling to Calendar. Comes in now, bowling to Colinas Calendar. He bowls full delivery and he strokes it down the ground, picks up a single. So the score goes up to 72. 72 for 3. Calendar is on 1, Simon on 1. So the batsman to go so far, it's just take a look at the scorecard. Johnson Charles has caught Clem St. Rose bowled Quint Mesmin for 32. Mervyn Wells has caught Kiefer Prosser bowled Mesmin for 10. Dwight Thomas has just out bowled Mesmin for 14. Simon is not out on 1. And Colinas Calendar, he is also not out on 1. So Calendar be facing up to Sanjay Pamphil. So Calendar waits as some adjustments being made to the field. So here comes Pamphil to Calendar. Off is onto the back foot and places it out into the covers. A spectator's catch being put down there by it looks like Hippolyte Prosper Kiefer Prosper. So it's Pamphil running into bowl to Calendar. Holds. And he's beaten outside the off stump. Joe, naughty shot there. Calendar drawn into playing at this one.
Yes, the ball had a magnet,
right? So Calendar probably a little nervy now, knowing that the team is in a bit of bother. As he's backing across, pushes one out into the cover, picks up a single. Takes the score on to 73 for 3. The asking rate at the moment is 9.83. And in the modern day T20 competition, 9.83 is a walk by the beach. I wouldn't even say in the park. Yeah. Well, even you, Joe, who sometimes comes in at 11, would be able to get at least 9 and over. As Pamphil bowls to Simon, he tries to guide it. And no run. And Simon would need to rethink his approach at this point. As Pamphil bowls wide outside your stump. No run.
But something what I noticed, Brian, it's important that they have a left hand and a right hand at the wicket, so the bowlers will have to change the line every time. So it's in the favor of the batsman.
Okay, it works that way sometimes. As we see Pamphil into Simon, he goes for a quick single. This one played out into the mid-wicket area. 75 the score. 74 for 3. Pamphil none for 16 or 4 overs. At the end of his spell, 4 overs, none for 16. So it's going to be Mesmin to continue the attack. So compared to the last 2 days of cricket, where the spinners were the ones causing all the destruction, we have not seen 1 over of spin out there as yet. As Mesmin bowls to Simon, and he just drops it and runs. So they'll need a lot more than singles. So they're probably Simon has probably resigned himself to allowing Simon, who has resigned to allowing Calendar to do the big hitting, if there needs to be any big hitting. Yeah, but while they're doing that, the run rate is going up. Okay, we're very hopeful, Joe. So let us wait and see. As Mesmin bowls to Calendar, and he drives this one ferociously down the ground, and they're going through for, oh my goodness, it might be run out. Oh, he gets back home. My goodness, what a calamity that would have been. A comedy of errors. It was bubbling on the boundary. Calendar was going for the second run. Simon was trying to send him back. Then he was trying to go for the second run. Calendar decided to go back to his ground, and the ball, when the ball got to him, and Calendar having the opportunity to get back. So we might be able to have a quick look at the replay.
Yeah, so that was a near miss there for.
Okay, a near miss there. That we are not playing a 2-day game. And I'm sure Junior D. Rose will recall in the semi-final of the SLNC 2020 last year, they suffered with something similar in Vieux-Fort versus the Choiseul team, where Simon ran out of gas and couldn't get South Castries over the line. As Mesmin around the wicket bowling to Simon. And he's bowled him! Bowled him, an expansive drive for the offside, and Simon's run drought continues. Bowled by Mesmin. And the new batsman in, Junior Peter, 76 for 4. Junior Peter, the new batter in, Simon, just being bowled there. Joe, expansive drive. I don't know what instructions went out. Probably, I'm sure it was not to get out.
Well, but when he got out, there was a gap between bat and pad. But to see Calendar nearly got run out, he should have stayed there and and try and build an inning and try and push the score along. But that was not to be, and so he's gone, and more trouble for the South Castries Lions.
Castries Lions, a bit more in the mire now. 4 wickets down, 76 for 4. So a big burden on the back of number 7, calling us Calendar. He will need to pull some sort of trick out of the bag. Mesmin has picked up 4 for 26 of 3 overs and 3 balls.
He has taken all 4 wickets, Brian?
All 4 wickets going to Mesmin.
Wow.
And that's what happens when you bowl wicket to wicket.
That's right.
As Mesmin runs away from us bowling to Junior Peter. Short, and he just guides this one between the keeper and the short third man down to the boundary for 4. So Peter opens his account with a boundary.
That was an intelligent shot by Peter. A
Yes.
short ball outside the off stump, went on top of it and opened the face of the bat and guided it down to third man for four. A good
Yes,
shot.
Joe, and sometimes we say it flirting with danger, but in this case, the third one was up in the circle.
And he was in control of the shot too, huh?
Right, so Mesmin into Peter, and he goes for a big drive there and missing. Not getting cross enough and getting that front foot close enough to the line of the ball, and missing outside the off stump.
But the offer wasn't a bad one though. Yeah.
Okay, so Mesmin picking up the fourth wicket there, and it's 80 for 4 as Mesmin bowls to Peter, and he plays it into the extra cover region, where it's picked up there by the fieldsman, and he throws at the non-strikers in, trying to run out Peter. So 1 run. The score moves up to 81 for 4, and another 7th ball over. So Empire's falling asleep at the wheel as Mesmin bowls, and oh my goodness, a big drive there from Calendar, and Mesmin not being able to get out of the way, being struck on the boot there, and my goodness, had his boot not been in the way, the pavilion would have been having to jump out of the way there.
No, that was a ferocious shot by Calendar, and Mesmin was in the way, and that prevented Calendar from getting a boundary.
Well, Mesmin, to be fair to him, Joe, Mesmin could not get out of the way.
No, he could not.
And it ricocheted off his boot.
It was like a bullet from a gun.
Yes, bullet from a 45. So the end of the 12th over is 81 for 4. So another 86 runs needed from 48 balls. So are we going to get another cliffhanger tonight?
Let's wait and see, but CASTRIES were following the same pattern as last night.
Evening, yes, yeah. 81 for 4, and there are more runs to be had. And it's coming from the top end there. It's Wayne Prospect back in the attack from the top end, the Riverside Gym end. And it's Prospect to Peter. And Peter drives this one through the extra cover region. The man's running around. He picks up now. They're going for 2. He fires the return in. And 2 runs to Peter. The man on the boundary there looks like Ashley Hippolyte. Is it? Looks like Ashley Hippolyte out there. But nevertheless, it's 1 shot, so 1 run added. So it's Prospect 2, and he hits this one back over the ball. That's 4 runs. This one was short, and Peter rocked onto the back foot and hit this one. 1 bounce into the long on boundary for 4.
That was a spunking shot there by Peter, and he is letting the bowler know that he's in a no-nonsense mood, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Great shot.
Junior Peter Joe, if you don't know him, he's one of those batters who can be explosive on his day. As Prospect to Peter, and it's on off the edge down to third man, where it's Clem St. Rose who picks up. And this time Peter throwing the kitchen sink at this one, and off the edge, 1 run.
I like his approach, Brian, because they have no choice now. They have to go after the runs.
Yes, but if caution, erring on the side of caution, as Prospect bowls, and he takes the edge and he's out. Calendar goes. This one was shot outside the stump, and Calendar tried to force it through the offside. Little more bounce on this one, took the edge and through to the keeper, and Calendar goes caught behind. And Joe, maybe the game is just walking away with Calendar as he makes his way back to the pavilion.
Yes, Brian, the game is a bit one-sided now, I must say. South Castries in all kinds of contortion, and it will take a miracle for the South Castries Lions to win that match. But cricket is a perennial game, and the two out there, Nixon and Peter, they can try the best to see what they can do for the Castries Lions.
Yes, you're quite correct. Cricket is a game of shifting fortunes and glorious uncertainties. So it's the fortunes are shifting at this point in favor of the SOUFRIERE Pitons. Nixon Edmund makes his way to the crease. Another exciting young batsman. Let's see what he will bring to the table tonight. So it's a perfect opportunity for two other persons to put their hand up. So it's 88 for 5. Half the team back in the hut. So it's Edmonds taking guard from it looks like a middle stump guard, and he'll be facing up to Wayne Prosper. So Prosper to Edmund, bowls, and Edmund has a big swish at this one and misses. So the intentions, Joe, very clear.
Yes, Brian. They have to try and score the runs. You cannot just lie down and let the SOUFRIERE Piton team just roll over them. So they have to try something.
Yes, so they are the Lions, and Lions don't back down. As Prosper bowls. And he's out caught. He's caught and ball there. Nixon Edmund, a slow delivery from Prosper. He was committed to the shot and only committed in playing back to the bowler. So Edmund goes without scoring.
And further trouble for the South Castries Lions, Brian. And this pattern continues same as last night. They allow the opposition to get away with a big total, and they in turn cannot get the runs.
Yes.
Problems for them.
As we said, they allowed more runs than it should have had, and they are now unable to reply. So they are yeah, 87 for 6. 87 for 6 of Castries Lions. So, Joe, somewhat of a disappointing response there from the Lions.
Yes, Brian, from seeing some last night, I was disappointed with the standard of play. And even tonight, it's even worse.
Yes, I must concur that the sort of thinking into going into a game like this, chasing a total of 167, the sort of thinking you would have expected to go into it is clearly not there.
A big total like that. Johnson Charles, the captain, needs to stay in and bat.
Yes, you're very much correct. So the South Castries Lions in deep trouble.
They're sinking further and further into the deep blue sea.
Yes, they are.
Into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, they are, and the SRDF SOUFRIERE Pito cheerleaders are certainly entertaining the crowd at this point in time. Let's hope that would motivate the South Castries Lions to wake up from their slumber.
And they might prevent me from giving the comments, Brian.
Well, Well, Joe, this one we have no control over. Some things we have control over. This one we have no control over. So it's St. Rose bowling to Peter. And it's a full delivery and it's struck on the painful blow on the
Groin area?
No, it looked like on the hip area.
But
a painful blow on the hip area.
And Peter is flawed.
And Peter has been flawed. 87-4-6. But Peter will have the opportunity to free his hand, free hit coming up.
That's if he's able to continue, Brian.
He will continue, Joe.
Okay.
He's a lion.
Okay.
So, Junior Peter just getting himself organized. All is well. It's a no ball. Free hit. So, Xavier Gabriel has joined Peter. Xavier Gabriel, I wouldn't say he's an all-rounder. He's a bowler who can bat a bit.
Is Kester Sharma playing in this match, Brian?
Yes, he is. And he bats in the lower order as a fast bowler. So as he bowls and he hits this one back along the track, not making use of the free hit there, Joe.
Yes, Brian, that's a cardinal sin.
Well, I'm not sure if not making use of the which is a cardinal sin.
Yes, Brian,
Might
it
be
is
some sin, but maybe not a cardinal one. So it's St. Rose to Peter. He can be bowled down the ground, goes flat, grabs this one through the covers. It's running away down to the boundary. Will it get there in time? Yes, it does. And an acrobatic save try there by the man running back from cover. But it beat him into the fence. 4 runs to Peter. And he says, okay, it's my turn now.
Yes, that was a beautiful shot by Peter. A ball pitch up, and he drove it swiftly through extra cover for 4.
Yes, Joe, no better way to respond to being hit by the bowler by getting a boundary. Let's see what happens this time. St. Rose to Peter. He backs away and tries to hit this one again to the offside, missing. So with all that has happened, there still need to be some sensible batting.
Yes, Brian.
There's still some 6 overs after this to go. 36 balls to go. 75 needed. There's still some hope. 39 balls still remaining to get 75 runs. Still possible in my book, Joe.
Yeah, it's a tall order, but it can still be achieved.
Yep. As St. Rose bowls, the dongle excited goes. And let us see. Umpire Williams is thinking about it and says, brush something. Okay, so Joe, we are saying that looking at the approach there, certainly the Lions are not faring too well.
Not at all, Brian.
As St. Rose bowls to Peters and he goes for another big swing, but Peters is just planting the foot down the pitch, Joe, and just having a swing. He's not getting in line, trying to get as close to the ball as possible.
Yeah, he's not doing the basics there. Yeah, so another dot ball goes into the score sheet.
Yes, another dot ball. So it's 13.5 overs bowl, 92 for 6. So it's Clem St. Rose to Peter. Short ball, making some height. Turns it off the body to the man at just behind square to the right of the umpire. Picks up a single. Takes the score to 93 for 6. 93 for 6 of CASTRIES Lions.
So the scoring rate should be around 11 or 12 now, Brian?
Yes, it's 12.33. 12.33 the rate.
So it's beginning to look ominous for the South CASTRIES Lions.
Yes, it's beginning to look a bit bleak for the Lions. Might consider Joe going into the dressing room and putting some pads on.
I would like to do that, Brian.
So let us see a tall order. But don't forget small axe sometimes falls big trees.
Yes, Brian.
There's a tall ass, but who knows? Might be somebody else's day today.
Let us wait and see.
Junior Peter will be facing up to Canis Richardson. There we go. Richardson bowling over the wicket from the far end. He'll be bowling to Junior Peter. Bowled. And again, Peter has a big swing. It seems that Junior Peter just trying to perfect how to swing and miss, Joe.
Yes, Brian, and every dot ball, the score, the asking rate is mounting.
Right. So we just saw Xavier Gabriel having a short word with him, saying maybe, come on, let's see if you could get closer to the ball, get the bat on the ball. Richardson bowls short, and he pulls this one around. That's going to go away, run away to the boundary. Yes, it does. Nick Eli slides away, but in vain as it goes into the boundary now. 4 runs. Takes the score to 97. A much needed boundary, Joe, but
and
they'll need many more of
oh,
those.
yes, Brian, I was just thinking that. They need to get more.
So the SOUFRIERE Pitons need to be careful that they don't fall into the same trap as Richardson bowls short, and he hits this one high into the air, and he's caught. Yes, he is. He's caught. This one, a short delivery, and Peter trying to hit this one over the top. Only succeeded in getting it to the man on the long on boundary. So Peter goes caught on the long on boundary. And South CASTRIES 97 for 6.
And the crowd jubilant. Another
yes.
wicket going down. The South CASTRIES Lions in further trouble.
Yes, the home crowd certainly enjoying that. As another South CASTRIES Lion falls to the ground.
Another South CASTRIES Lion is being slaughtered.
Yes, another slaughtering gone. So, in walks Kester Shalmine, full of promise, talented individual.
But always going in under pressure. Always going into bat under pressure.
Well, Joe, that is what makes a man. Under pressure, you prove what you have. Did I just see a flash of lightning in the distance?
Yes, I saw it, Brian.
So, it's all happening here. So, here goes Xavier Gabriel to take strike. He's just marked his run. The batsman crossed.
How many wickets down?
So it's Richardson
7.
bowls to Gabriel, and Gabriel spanks this one through the offside. Picks up a single. Yes, and some more lightning in the far distance there. It's now 98 for 7. And the Lions going down meekly. But it's not over until it's over. Not over until the last ball is bowled. Not over until the fat lady sings.
That's right.
I've not seen the fat lady as yet, so there's still a possibility. Resistant balls to Kester. Charlemagne hits it straight to the man at extra cover and is put down.
Yes, so
Charlemagne survives, gets a single.
And let's see if they can capitalize on that chance and bring the South Castries Lions home.
Well, we have seen worst case scenarios. So, Xavier Gabriel facing up to Richardson, bowled, and he hits this one square into the coverage and he's going to the boundary. Stops it, and they go for 2. So 2 more runs to the total. 100 is up now. 100 in 85 minutes. 7 fours, 3 sixes. 102 deliveries. So at least they've gotten past the 100 mark. 101 for 7. Still another 5 overs to go. 30 balls to go.
But I must admit, Brian, that I'm impressed with the Pitons SOUFRIERE team. They look a well-drilled unit, and so they are sensing a victory here tonight.
Yes, so 101 for 7, 66 more runs adrift, some 30 balls. So it's Clem St. Rose bowling to Kester Charlemagne. So Charlemagne, no slouch with the bat. And he'll be facing up to Clem St. Rose. And he cracks this one back on the point. He's going down to the boundary. That's 4 runs. He gets there. No, it doesn't. Good save there by the man running back. And they run through for 3. For the moment, Joe, it looked like it had the legs to get to the boundary, but good save there by the man running back, and 3 runs.
Very good commitment by the fieldsman.
Yes, a good shot by young Charlemagne.
Oh, that was a classy shot, Brian. Great shot.
So, I would concur. Classy shot there from young Charlemagne. So Gabriel will have to
lend support to Charlemagne.
Well, I wouldn't say lend support. He need to continue the onslaught. As St. Rose bowls with Gabriel, and he hits this one over mid-wicket. It's going down to the boundary. This one will get there. It's 4 runs to Gabriel. St. Rose was up in his half, and Gabriel just whipped this one over mid-wicket and down to the boundary to end. 4 runs, taking the score to 108. And Joe, I must tell you, over the last few minutes, the crowd has certainly grown.
Oh, it's a massive crowd, Brian.
4 runs. Yes, a massive crowd. Not matching Friday night's crowd as yet, but from all understanding, there are persons lined out outside waiting to get in. Especially want to get a glimpse at the Pitons dancers who have been doing their thing today.
Well, I must repeat myself, Brian. I'm impressed with everything here. I'm impressed.
As Clem St. Rose bowled to Gabriel wide outside the off stump. Gabriel was winding up for a big hit. At the end of the day, he just allowed it to go through to wicket-keeper Hippolyte. So Joe very much impressed with everything here, but what he didn't say, everything here, including and above all the Pitons dancers.
Everything, Brian. They are included.
Okay, so St. Rose bowls and Xavier Gabriel backing away, and this one just going past the bottom edge. So going between Xavier and the leg stump and taken by keeper Hippolyte. So Joe is saying he is impressed with the full package.
Yes, Brian.
So he's given them 11 out of 10.
That's right.
So here goes Clem St. Rose to Gabriel. And he hits it back at the bowler. What's that? a chance. Oh, and my goodness. It's just all happening here. He hit that into the ground. The bowler picking up and throwing back at the stumps.
Blindly too, huh?
Yes, all in more like a reaction.
Yeah.
And in the process, they went through for a single. It's 109 for 7. Still, we are 58 from 25 deliveries. St. Rose to Charlemagne. And this he turns it off the pad. Picks up a single. So one more run to the total. 110 for 7. So still 110 for 7. 57 needed off 24 balls. So 24 balls still to go.
Yeah, it's a
24 balls still to go.
It's a tall order, Brian, but
A very tall order, Joe.
but they will try.
I would not have wanted to be the one out in the middle at this point in time, Joe.
Oh no, Brian, it's very tense out there, I know. So the South CASTRIES Lions, they will have to put a regular action and really see if they can pull that one through, Brian.
Well, as we speak, it's a tall order, but I have not heard the fat lady singing. I am understanding that she's somewhere in the back gargling, somewhere in the back. It's never over until the fat lady sings. Have you seen the fat lady as yet, Joe?
No, I haven't seen her, but I can feel that she's around.
Well, I heard she's stuck in traffic. So she's on her way here. So as long as we haven't seen her, that means there's a possibility.
Okay, let's wait and see.
So it's Richardson again. He'll be bowling to Kester Charlemagne. Field spread far and wide. As he bowls, and he tries to swing this one around. There's short delivery, and he misses, taken by the keeper.
Richardson, Brian, I saw him from under 19, under 15 in the school tournament, and I was always impressed with him.
Yes, I think he has had some injury issues over the years.
Okay.
It's Richardson from the top end. He's bowling to Kester Charlemagne. Bowls short, and Charlemagne pulls down to mid-wicket. They're looking for 2, and they're going for it. And well run. 2 runs to Charlemagne. As my voice tries to fail me here.
Drink some water, Brian. Drink some water. Yeah, so the 2 batsmen out there in the middle were trying their best to see what they can do for the South CASTRIES Lions. But Richardson will have other ideas for the SOUFRIERE Pitons team.
Yes, Joe, and Crystal Clear coming to my rescue. A short delivery, and he pulls him around to the field, and they're going for 2. Gabriel is already back, and Charlemagne makes his ground good. So 2 runs. So as I was saying, Joe, Crystal Clear coming to my rescue there.
Yeah, Brian, I'll be there for you every time.
Okay, and the crowd building up nicely there. Crowd building up nicely there. So it's Richardson bowling to Charlemagne. He works it nicely into the offside, picks up a single. $115 for 7.
And what I like about Kester Charlemagne, well, he has a very good head on his shoulders, Brian.
Okay. So it's Xavier Gabriel. We need some maximums from him. As Richardson bowls, and he pulls him around. They look for 2. Gabriel is running hard. No, he sends him back. As Nick Elibox runs in quickly and restricts the batsman to 1. So Joe, it's quickly slipping away. Some 51 of 19 deliveries.
Oh, it's a tall order, very tall order
Well,
now.
if there's another word we can use in place of tall, I think we can slip it in as well. So it says certainly gotten away from the Lions. Where did it all go wrong, Joe?
Well, they allowed the opposition but to score too many runs, Brian.
Richardson bowls, and outside of that, so wide, yes, wide. And as you said, Joe, yes, the opposition last night and tonight being given some bonus runs.
Yes, Brian.
I could have understood if it was December, we were given bonus runs for Christmas, but we only in, it's just in September.
September, yeah.
So I don't know why we want to give, early Christmas gifts in September.
Only the South Castries Lion knows why.
Yes. Oh, and he's caught! He's caught there! Oh, he's caught there! Oh, and a little ugly incident there. He's caught there. This one short, and Charlemagne stroking this one back at the bowler. And a good catch taken there by Richardson, and Kessler Charlemagne goes.
And the Pitons SOUFRIERE team, they on top of the game. A ball hit back to Richardson. He dropped it, but he took it on the rebound. So good cricket by the Pitons SOUFRIERE team. And I think, Brian, they deserve to win tonight.
Yes, they have looked the better team, Joe, and all credit to them. They look the better team today, and they deserve the win. As we take a look at the replay there of the last dismissal. Oh, it's a good catch there. This one was hit back at the bowler. Oh, fortunate leap for the bowler. It hit off the thigh, and off the thigh, yes, off the almost the wrist, and quick action picks it up in the right hand.
Yes, and Brian, some teams are playing poor cricket, but some of the teams are playing high quality cricket, Brian.
Yes, you're very much correct, Joe. Some teams are bringing the A game, while some other teams are bringing no game.
No game.
So it's Prosper. He will be bowling to Xavier Gabriel. Gabriel and the batsman replacing Charlemagne. It's Jabatis. So it's just Jabatis. And Sherlan Isidore to come. So it's Prosper bowling to Gabriel. Gabriel waits.
He's surveying the
two
field.
teams warm up on the far side. The Craft Masters to my right warming up there, and the Trailblazers on my left. So the Trailblazers on the eastern side of the ground, and the Craft Masters on the western side of the ground. As Prosper bowls to Gabriel. Gabriel has an almighty swing at this and misses.
And another dot ball into the scorebook.
Yes, another dot ball.
More pressure for the South Castries Lions.
Yes, so they currently need some 50 of 17 balls. Well, people normally score 50s of 17 balls, so let us see. And this one, he hits this one down the ground. This one powerfully hit. And it got down to Eli Box in a hurry.
But Brian, why didn't take a second run?
Well, he probably has some confidence in young Daniel Jabatis. So it's 118 for 8. So the NAGICO Lions look like they are well beaten. I could hear the fat lady coming through the gate. They're making room for her as she comes through the gate.
I told you, I felt, so she was around.
Yes, but as he said, they got a text that she was caught in traffic. As Prospect bowls to Jabatis, and he swings it, he's up in the air, and he'll be out. He's caught. Jabatis goes, and wicket number 9. Jabatis short, and he swings at this one up the top edge, and it's caught at extra cover. And Jabatis goes, and the Lions on the way to the second consecutive defeat, and also out of the runnings for the tournament.
And on paper, they look to have a very good team, Brian. But
yes,
on the field of play, is something else.
A shot. It reminds me of a team that recently played in a big tournament here, Joe. Won't want to call the name. If you call them, I'll whistle.
I forget the name, Brian. But up to now, well, you haven't given me the story about the calendar, Brian.
Oh, yes. At some point, Joe, we will get to that story of young Calendar. Very interesting story it is.
But the scorer doesn't want you to to give me the story, Brian.
Well, I think the scorer heard it 1,000,000 times, Joe, so one more time won't hurt. But it's Prosper, and we bowl into Gabriel. And he hit almost taking off the head of Shulan Isidore. And they go through for 1. 118 for 9. 119 for 9. Even the scoreboard is showing its disappointment. Taking a little time to bring up the numbers. So it's Prosper to Isidore. And he can be bowled. And he pulls this one through mid-wicket. The man from long one runs around, picks up. And 2 runs to Isidore. And Isidore, no slouch at the bat, Joe. I wouldn't put him in the all-rounders mode or bowling all-rounders mode either.
Yeah.
Just good enough.
I know about him, Brian. Well, I know about him.
So it's Prosper to Isidore. As he has a big drive as this one missing. Taken by the keeper. So it's over number 18 completed. 121 for 9. So some 46 of 2 overs.
But another problem I have with the setup of the batting of the South Castries Lions, Brian. As you mentioned, Isidore, he's an experienced player and he can hit that ball. Now, chasing the big total like that, he's batting too low, in my opinion.
Yes. But you know, sometimes our opinions on this end don't matter. The coaches, managers, they're the ones in charge. So they do what they think is best.
I think I'll have to apply for a coaching job for the South Castries Lions.
Okay, well, I'm sure management of the SPL will take that into consideration. Yes, so maybe if you have a quiet word with the NAGICO management, you might be able to get in. Xavier pulls this one high and hard. It's going for 6.
It's a bit too late, Brian.
So
too late.
So they have 58 score just bringing to my attention. 58 dot balls.
58 dot balls in the T20 match?
58 dot balls.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
A total of 108 balls. As Richardson bowls to Gabriel. Ooh. Oh! A no ball. Full delivery, and Xavier being flawed there. No ball.
And he's not wearing a helmet, so
yes,
that was.
And he's not a short player by any means.
And that was dangerous.
So it's 128 for 9. As Richardson bowls to Gabriel. And he hits it one high. It's gone up into the night sky. And takes a catch. It's a free hit. A free hit. So the crowd jumping for joy, but it's a free hit. And for I don't know why Joe, the batsman, didn't capitalize on that to run a second run.
Yes, Brian. Again, you can see poor thinking on their part.
Yep. So it's 1 run. Takes the score up to 129 for 9. So Richardson bowling to Shulan Isidore. There he goes, bowling to Isidore. Short, and Isidore just plays it off to down to the third man. So the strike goes back to Gabriel. Still 38 runs needed of 9 deliveries. Still possible mathematically. Some maximums will be needed. Left it for a bit too late there, given. So the Lions got it all wrong again today.
They will have to go back to the drawing board.
Yes, they will. As Richardson bowls to Gabriel. And he hits this one over mid-wicket. He's going to be caught, is he? No, it bounces and it goes into the boundary. Does it? No? Two runs. Gabriel was the one in strike. So a good save there.
Yeah, so good intensity there by the fieldsman.
As Gabriel waits, Richardson. This one it goes between the Xavi and the
stumps.
And the stump.
So the South Castries Lions, they are going deeper into the mire. The scoring rate is climbing all the time, and it is just a matter of time before the last nail is being nailed in the coffin.
In the coffin, yes, Joe. So it's Richardson to Gabriel, and Gabriel tries to hit it down the ground, succeeding only hit it into his pad, and that's the end of the over. I can hear the fat lady practicing in the background there, Joe.
Yes, I can hear her too, Brian.
Yes, fine-tuning her voice. Also, I can hear the Undertaker with the hammer and the nail.
On the nail.
And I'm seeing Xavier Gabriel and Isidore having a little chat out in the middle. 37 needed off 1 over. Xavier is still saying to him, we can do it.
Wow. Well, he has a lot of confidence, Brian.
Yes, he's saying that they can do it. And it's Nick Elibox. First sign of spin. Yes, first sign of spin in today's game. And as we speak, the crowd has really built up nicely.
But Brian,
next game.
But Brian, we are doing even better than the CPL.
Yes, I would concur with that, Joe. If limited resources, that is.
It's a great job, Brian.
So, as Nick Elibox will be bowling to Isidore, he bowls. Misses aside Yossam. Isidore just tries to feather it to probably give Xavier Gabriel the strike to end in a blaze of as Nick Eli Box bowls to Isidore. He turns it off the path and they'll only amble a single because it's all over by the shouting. I'm hearing some hammering going on, Joe.
Yes, I
Is
can
that
hear it.
the
I can
Undertaker
hear it.
putting the last nail in the coffin?
Yes, Brian, I can hear it.
Okay. And is that the voice of the fat lady coming to the microphone right now? Xavier Gabriel hits this one. It's going to be all over now. It's going to be all over. No, he drops it. And the batsman not going through for a single. So, Xavier Gabriel remains put. He's on 18.
It's all happening out here, Brian.
Yes. It's all happening as Nick Eli Box bowls to Gabriel. And he drives down the ground. And no run. He's just taking batting practice now. It's more or less over by the shouting.
Batting practice for next year's competition?
Yes, maybe. Eli Box bowls. And he hits this one out of the ground. Yes, it goes out of the ground. It's 6 runs. Yes, 6 runs to Gabriel. Takes him to 24. 137. So, just one delivery left. And he bowls. And he's out. As the final delivery is bowled, is he out or?
I think the ball
ricochet of the keeper's pad?
Yes, I think
okay,
so.
So that's the end of the game. SOUFRIERE winning by some 30 runs, 137 for 9.
So only if the top order of the South Castries Lions team had contributed, Brian, they could have won the game.
Yes. And if you look at the extras, that too could have been a factor. So the Lions are going on if a whimper, not roaring at all. And they have nobody but themselves to blame, as they gave away too many runs. And you'll get a look at the highlights as we wrap up, Joe.
Yes.
Certainly game one-way traffic of the better part of the second inning there. As soon as Johnson Charles departed, the Lions not putting up a fight.
Yeah, glad you mentioned his name, Brian. Well, I'll repeat again. He had to stay there and bat around the team. So chasing 160 something. Yes, that was the right thing to do, but he didn't stay and they paid the price.
Yes, but I'm sure the management of the team will have a meeting and reflect what should have been and what was not. So they will reflect on what should have been. Probably, for me, I think where they lost it was the bowling, where the early bowlers did the damage.
Yeah,
bowling did the damage, and the backup bowlers
didn't
not provide the sort of support. Not providing sort of support to them, and as a result, losing again today. So both matches been lost, Joe. The bowlers and the batsmen
they did not come to the party, Brian. Yes. So they have themselves to blame, and they will have to go back to the drawing board and try and come better next year.
Yes, for sure. So they are out of the runnings. If one game to go, so they go to Mabuya next week. And well, this week, sorry, rain. So as we get ready for the presentation.
What a match! NAGICO South Castries Lions versus the SOUFRIERE Pitons, and SOUFRIERE took it. They took it. And standing with me is Maverick. Maverick, how are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm very happy. You know, SOUFRIERE, I'm supporting them all the way. My brother is playing for SOUFRIERE. You know, the SOUFRIERE girls, the black fans, we're supporting SOUFRIERE. Everybody's just happy. We're just happy that SOUFRIERE is doing well. Okay.
Well, they're happy. I was repping for Castries because I'm from Castries, but it's okay. I'm still happy for them. Congratulations, SOUFRIERE!
SOUFRIERE all the way. SOUFRIERE Pitons all the way.
So right now we're gonna go to the field for the presentation.
SOUFRIERE is the best. I tell you that. SOUFRIERE is the best.
I tell you that. Say it again.
SRDF.
What about the trophy?
They may want some. They go to the violence.
The virus.
They may want some water. Yeah, get the water over there because they're fired. 1 2 1 2 testing for sound. And ready? 5 4 3 2 1. We will have the captain of the NAGICO South CASTRIES Lions, Jono. Second game, another defeat. What do you put down to the team losing tonight?
I think it's the same as yesterday. We dropped a few crucial catches. I think that we restricted them to a decent total. We could have chased it down, but we didn't bat properly.
Okay, if one game to go, what are the plans for the team?
Well, I think right now it's just play for pride. That's basically it, because right now we can't qualify. So batsmen get some good scores and bowlers get some good figures.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and all the best in the last game.
Thanks.
Yeah, Kiefer Prosper, captain of the SRDF SOUFRIERE Pitons, bouncing back from your first game defeat, winning here tonight. What do you put it to, your victory tonight?
Well, I think Nicky Lightbox we had more partnerships tonight, and Nicky Lightbox played a brilliant innings of scoring 50. Our bowlers then came back and did a brilliant job with the ball. So that a team effort, and congrats to Nicky Lightbox and my bowlers who bowled well on the innings.
Okay, so you have one game left. The group is now wide open. What are the plans for trying to qualify as one of the two top teams?
Well, the plans are simple. It's to win. Win and try to win big.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Keith, and all the best in the last game.
Thank you very much.
As we wait for the man of the match in this game, it just coming to an end with the NAGICO South Catches Lions just going on to the SRDF SOUFRIERE Pitons by some 30 runs. They await the next game between the Craftmasters and the Trailblazers. As we speak, there's a light drizzle on, and we are hoping that we can squeeze in the second game. I've just been joined here by Nicky Lightbox. Nick, congratulations for winning the Man of the Match award. What a good inning it was.
Yeah, it was a good innings. We started a bit slow, but gradually we increased and we executed our plan. So that was our goal, and we executed it. So that's good. And it's always good to get a win. So yeah.
What do you think? At what point in the game you thought that you all had it in the bag?
Well, it was a close game, to be honest. In the last over, I thought they could have still do the runs, but well, we were meant to win, so we won.
Well, if one game still to go, we want to say congratulations to you and all the best in the other game to come.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so we have just come to the end of the match number 4 in the SPL T20, where the SRDF SOUFRIERE Pitons defeating the NAGICO South Catches Lions by 30 runs. So when we join us again, we'll be probably having the result of the second game tonight. The Shrewsbury Craftmasters up against the Mico Trailblazers.
But Darren, where you?
I'm at Batcave.
Darren, what you doing there? We have a competition. St. Lucia is the SPL T20 tournament from September 15th to October 2nd. Cricket, lovely St. Lucian cricket. Come see Darren Sammy's Avatar City Blasters, Johnson Charles's NAGICO South Castries Lions, Dalton Polius's Crozile Knights, Craig Emanuel's Mabuya Valley Renegades, Gary Mathres Mico Trailblazers, Keddy Lesporus's Shockbox Viewfort South Sunrisers, Audie Alexander's Chozel Craftmasters, and Keitha Prosper's SRDF SOUFRIERE Pitons. On September 15th, 16th, 17th, we'll be at the SOUFRIERE Mini Stadium. September 19th and 20th will be Mabuya Playing Field. September 22nd, 23rd and 24th, Philip Masler Grounds in Viewfort. The semi-finals, September 29th at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium. Third place and finals at the stadium as well. Get the full fixtures on the website www.splT20.net. It's all about the SPL T20 tournament.
That's all I'm hearing.
Don't miss it.